No.
Hello everyone, welcome to Tea Time with Bev. So we are going to discuss, will you marry a foreigner? That is today's topic, and all you tea lovers, coffee lovers, juice lovers, and water lovers.
Jollof lovers too. The Ghanaian one, not the Nigerian one.
That's what I'm listening. Please get your drinks and join us as we discuss this topic. So I want to throw the question out there. Will you marry a foreigner? I'll go first.
Wait, who's considered a foreigner?
Okay, a foreigner will be someone who, other than, as a Ghanaian, if I were to marry an Asian man, if I was to marry someone from the United States who was born here, that's considered marrying a foreigner. So anyone other than someone who has a different culture from you, someone who speaks a different language from you.
So particularly anybody other than Ghanaian.
A Ghanaian.
Okay.
So
is considered a foreigner.
Okay.
Yeah.
your
So
culture.
right.
Okay, so
You ate it.
Bev, keep going, don't
So I'm gonna throw the question out here. So who? Will you focus?
Sheldon.
Okay.
Sheldon.
I'm lucky my parents really don't care about who I marry so far as, you're happy with the person and you love the person loves you too as well, which also play a major role in a relationship because you don't want to go into a relationship where you're not happy or, there's no love in the relationship.
That's true.
So that's one thing that my mom always tells me to, marry someone who's going to make you happy, put you first, especially for the ladies. You want a guy who will treat you, very good. Treat you.
Spend money on you.
I don't mean spend money, but not everything has
It's
to
not
be
about money.
It's just about, some, just a little courtesy.
Someone who will value you.
Yes, exactly.
And respect you.
Yeah. But hey, if you are an Asian, whatever you are, and I love you and you love me and we are happy,
That's what matters.
that's what matters. And you are a Christian too, because you gotta love God, because if not, then that's not.
I get that. They say you're open-minded until they say that, not expecting you to bring somebody home that is not like you. But the moment you bring somebody home not like you, I'm sure some things change. Because parents, they try to stick to tradition. That's just kind of what.
That is true.
That's true.
That is true. But I feel like the most important thing is finding someone, like she was saying, who will love her, who will respect her.
And also, can I add one more thing? You don't want to bring somebody who you love and the person love you, but then have a disrespect for your culture or where you're from. No, it can't work that way.
True.
Whoever loves you has to love everything about you, your culture, your whatever you want. Has to
That's
love
true.
that all has to play a role. You don't just be like, oh, I love him, he loves me, and stuff. No, it doesn't work like that.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. And I completely agree with her. I was raised here most of my life. I was raised a bit in Ghana, but here also. And I was I have friends who are Asian. I have friends who are white. I have friends who are African American. So it's, I've met all kinds of races. But my mom has this mentality. So my mom is in Ghana, by the way, and she has this mentality that I'm so married as a Ghanaian. I can't bring home any other race but a Ghanaian. And she's true. She wants somebody who, I can communicate with, someone who understands my culture, and all that is true. But I feel like if she was here, she won't have that mentality, because according to her, I can't bring an African American man home because, they're violent or they may mistreat me. And I feel like she gets all that based on what she watches from TV, what is presented by the media, which is not necessarily true. You can even marry a Ghanaian guy who will mistreat you, who can, Yeah. So it's not specifically by, if the guy is African American, he wouldn't necessarily mistreat you. Any guy can mistreat you. You just have to find the right person for you, So I don't mind marrying a foreigner if I do meet one who's a Christian and who respects me and loves me for me, and also, like Benny said, respects my culture and wants to get to know that side of me. So with that, I won't mind. You guys are really fine.
Also, we don't want to interrupt, but I mean, I don't mind like marrying outside my culture either, as long as the person is willing to make me jollof. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, cause
That
like
counts.
yeah, I mean, my only problem is if I have to give up my food, but anything outside of that, I'm cool. You know, and if the person is a Christian and God fearing, I wouldn't really mind. My parents are pretty open minded. As long as they're God fearing, they have a good head on their shoulders, and I can't say.
Well-rounded, yes, was raised well. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
with a good attitude, good character. Yeah.
That's
But yeah, like I said, my only problem marrying outside my culture is giving up some food, some good fufu and
African food.
jollof. Most importantly, Ghanaian jollof. Yeah.
And not just that, for me, like the language and the food.
Oh yeah, the language too, cause like
If you want someone because there's some jokes that you even say in Cree in our language that is so funny, but if you translate it in English, it's not as funny.
I mean-
and it's like, do you get it?
Beverly, you be a translator for jokes.
Because usually, my friends will joke around in our language, and I have to translate it to our, other friends non-Ghanaian friends, and it's like you hear cricket because they don't laugh, they don't get it, but it's so funny when you say it in our language.
But the thing is, with you, I've never been in a foreigner. I mean, kind of once, but it wasn't like a long time. But the thing is, if the person really, is really respectful of your culture and really, although the person is not gonna laugh about the joke, sometimes it's not gonna be funny, but the person kind of respect that, give you that kind of respect, and still kind of still blending with your friends and blending with your family and all of that. I mean, if the person really fit in your family, I think that it really
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, of course,
That's true.
it's all boiled up on your
The individual.
yeah, and the language barrier too. When you get upset, sometimes you automatically go to your default settings. And but me for instance, if I get upset, it's very hard for me to speak English. So if we're arguing and I'm really upset, I can't tell you what I really want to say for you to understand me, because either I get a super thick accent or I speak Cree. So if I'm upset with you, I can't really express or tell you my mind.
That could be like a, I don't know what I'm talking to.
No, speak up.
It's a
That
topic
would be like
very
a.
dear to your heart.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well I guess.
Is a guy a foreigner? Shall we talk about it?
That would be like how you the person you are, if you're with somebody and the person is angry, sometimes even the person doesn't have to talk, but you know that the person is upset.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're talking to somebody, even now, like if you really, if you're angry, the way you talk, even though
It'll show.
So like the person automatically knows
Will
that,
get
okay,
it.
the moment you start, going back when you're talking to or something come up, and you know that, oh, okay, he's
Yeah.
upset, so
Body language.
yeah. So yeah, like that's
Yeah.
body language, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like if you don't marry someone who respects your culture, I've witnessed a lot of
Then
relationships
it's no point.
who, the Ghanaian marry someone who is a non-Ghanaian, and they never really went back to Ghana. The kids never really learned about the culture nor about the language. So I feel like keeping your culture alive is another thing, because imagine if everybody was marrying from outside and they're not teaching the kids how to speak Cree or Ga or Fante, Ewe, all these other languages. They're not teaching them, and then they forget it and they learn a different culture. The American culture is really it's really hard for the family back home. They're like, Issy, You went to America. You went to marry a foreigner. Now we don't see you anymore. We don't hear from you. I haven't even seen none of your kids. So those situations happen. And I feel like that's where my mom was coming from, where she wants to see her grandkids. She wants us to come because we do have some family members who have come here and married, you know, foreigners, and they never really went back to home, and then they never really taught the kids the Ghanaian culture. So I feel like that's what most families value. You know, that they want to maintain that culture. So that's what do you think, Don?
Well, to me, my parents, they have a certain principle. First of all, the lady has to be a God-fearing person. Well-managed. Knows the culture of Africa and stuff. Well, to them, they talk as if they wouldn't mind, but then when you listen deeply,
They will mind.
you figure it out that they will really mind. Even if the person is even a Ghanaian, they will still mind. They're still looking for some things from that person. So to me, my mom made some funny comment. She was like, so you kind of understand that she doesn't want any white person, you know. So it's very, very funny. But to me, if I had my own way, I wouldn't mind, as long as the person is a God-fearing person, well-trained and well-managed, and she's ready to learn my culture and I'm ready to learn her culture. I wouldn't mind. But you know, parents sometimes blocking or stopping block. Yeah.
But I want to throw this out there. It's a bit of a controversy, but I'm going to throw it out there. You know how there are some people who, when you first meet them, because they want to please you, they will accept your culture. I want to learn tree. Oh, I didn't, you know, teach me this, show me how to eat fufu, or jollof or whatever. And then once you get involved with the person, get married, it's a whole different story, whole different ball game. So those happen too. What about you, Derek?
Well, you always know.
What about you, Derek?
Not to sound. No, I mean, everyone. I can't agree with what everyone was saying, and that's kind of
Speak your own mind.
how I feel. I'm gonna repeat whatever he said. No, but you know, I believe when it comes down to it, you know, I've seen people who've married someone from their culture. They've done all the formalities and stuff like that. I'm not married. They've done all that, you know, went through, picked somebody they were supposed to be married to and all that stuff, and things didn't work out. And you have people that have married outside their culture, and things have worked out very well. And then vice versa, you know, like so you see the positive and negatives of both sides. But for me, it comes down to, like Kofi said, I need to eat my food. I need to eat my food. My food is very important. I need to eat my food. And if you're willing to learn about my culture, just as I'm willing to learn about yours, then we're good. But ultimately, it comes down to the parents.
Yeah.
I believe that's very important. It comes down to the parents. If the parent says,
the in-laws can give you hell.
Pretty much, yeah. If your parents don't approve your marriage and they don't bless your marriage, there are certain things that you're gonna like in a marriage, and the marriage might sometimes fail because if your mother, this is how I say it, if your mother doesn't like the girl you bring to the house,
That's it.
it's over.
It's over.
To save your life,
What?
you just,
Let it go.
it's over. I don't care how much you love the girl, whatever, you just let it go. And that's kind of how I see it. You can love the person, your parents can be open-minded, but if your parents say, we don't agree with this, you just have to let it go.
I agree.
It's sad, but that's okay.
Please do.
So don't you think, you know, people who are a bit, how do I put this? Depending on how they're raised, they're like, oh, you know, I'm very open-minded, but so like, oh, I'm gonna do whatever I want. You know, our parents don't have that control, or they don't have that say. But when you finally go through it and you do get married and you want to have a relationship with your parents also, that's when, you know, the clash, the chaos erupts. So that is what we wanted to talk to you about today.
But I will say this, however. You wanted me to talk, so I'm talking. I will say this, however. I think, Bev, you said it like in relation to your mom. That if your mom has been in the United States, there are some things that she would see. And I feel like if you're stuck in one place and you don't step outside your comfort zone and you only know one thing, that's what you're always looking for. But if you stepped out of that boundary and you're on the outside looking in, you realize some of the things that we hold on to as tradition, really, really, it's kind of sometimes, not to say they're stupid, but sometimes it doesn't really make sense. And in the present age, that yeah, tradition is good. So there are some traditions you keep on to, but as the world is changing, we also have to evolve with that. There are things that you have to hold dear, but then certain things when it comes to, oh, you have to marry, like there's this thing like in Ghana where Asantini to me worry Aigbeni, like seriously, because of
I never knew about that.
yeah, because of something one person did a while ago. So we basically generalize it for everybody.
Like
oh,
our generation, nobody knows the roots,
where
the
it's
roots
not
of
where it came from, but
it's just there.
yeah, but our parents hold on to that very dear. But who's to say that if God is destined for you to marry this person, you know, that your parents are stopping what God is doing? You know, there's sometimes we have to look into it. I feel like when we go into marriage or we go to seek them, people don't back it up with prayer for God to show them some things. And I feel like it's most important also for the parents to also seek the face of God, for God to reveal some things to them. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you're looking for the best for your son or for your daughter, but you're also looking for your own interests. And I feel like there are a lot of parents that look for their own interests as to what this person is going to say this person is going to say this person is going to say this, but it's not really. It should be about what is best for your child, not what is best for you.
Yeah.
That's true.
That is true. I mean, there's some parents, and I feel like this might also be a bit controversial, but I feel like the education level, how educated they are, how they were raised, how their parents raised them is what I mean, and you know how like the environment in which they grew up in. Because if I use my dad as an example. My dad, yeah, he was born in Ghana, raised, but he's lived in America most of his life. So his mentality wasn't as in, oh, you have to bring a Ghanaian man home, or else. It was more like, find someone who respects you, a Christian, that's top, who respects you, who loves you, who will value you, all that stuff. But he didn't really like, oh, you have to, you know. Yeah. But my mom, on the other hand, whole different ball game. So I feel like it also depends on the individual. You know what I mean? And how they're, because there's some parents who are cool, who are even Ghanaians or Asian parents or whoever, who are really cool with their kids bringing, you know, someone who is not a, you know, their culture into their home, and they will embrace the person. So I feel like it's also an individual thing. Yeah. So anybody want to say anything? Awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned to more videos. Have a blessed evening.
Don't forget
Next
to
time you're talking about
subscribe.
food.